Hi, I'm Felicia Jakes Cunningham. This is Diaspora Kids Lit. We're on the next leg of our journey. It's taking us to Cubana, to Cuba, and we are going to be talking to the world-renowned, award-winning author Teresa Cardenas. She has won the Casa de las Americas Prize for her writing, and it is just such a pleasure for us to talk to her today. Hola, hello, how are you?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Today we have with us Teresa Cardenas. She is one of Cuba's best known authors for young people and children. She is a world famous storyteller, a dancer, also a priestess, and she has won the Casa de las Americas Prize for her novel Old Dog, and also Cuba's National Prize for Literary Criticism for her amazing YA book, Letters to My Mother. So thank you for agreeing to join us today, Teresa. It's a pleasure to have you.
Okay, thank you for inviting me.
We have been reading your book, Oluyou.
Oluyou.
Yeah. And
In Yoruba,
in Yoruba, cat. And so we are really wanting to find out from you what was your inspiration for writing that novel?
Well, was a challenger because here somebody wants to make an anthology about cats. And we are a meeting with all the Cuban writers for children. And here we don't have many people, Black people, who write for children, And I feel that was my responsibility. And I have to speak about my fruits, all right? And I think, in the world, exists many, many histories about cats. And what I can do difference. And I in the first cat in the world, that Oluyou.
Yes.
Got like a child. Because many people got an old man, with beard, and I saw like a child, and this child feels so lonely and wants to a friend, and friend was Oluyou. And was my imagination, because it's, of course, I use names, Yoruba names, everything of African culture I use in my books, in all my histories. For me, it's important because the memory of my own people. And here in Cuba, sometimes take that literature like folklore,
Yes.
And it's not folklore. Belongs to my people, belongs to my memory, my thought. And I think that it's very important to speak about that.
Yeah.
And it's very important for me to that history for the Black children, because here is a revolution, blah blah blah, and all we are the same, and it's not true, And I am a mother. I always say in the conference, before all, I am a mother, a Black mother. I have Black children, and they need to know about their history,
Yes.
They need a feed about who was her or this, because I have 3 children, the ancestors. We descend kings and queens, not slave.
Yes.
Slavery is a time in our history. Our history comes from far. You know, we are in Africa. We have university. We have a kingdom. We have many history. We have people who make everything be happy and work. And here the history, or even the school, just beginning the slavery, and maybe the children thinks many times that the African is something bad, or don't want to speak about that. And it's my responsibility, like a writer, like a mother, speak about that. I have two children that in the school. It's very sad for me.
Yes.
Because even in the history books at the school, don't say anything about that history, you know?
Before.
And I think it's my responsibility.
Yes, exactly. I love that. I love that, because that, as a mother and as somebody who writes as well, I think it's so important for us to charter our existence beyond slavery. You know, and that's why I love your book so much, because you're talking about our history in terms of the cosmos, in terms of, you know, when the planet was formed, and how we are so connected as Africans to all of that. And so I love that, and I want children to be able to understand and have literature that roots them to their roots, which is beyond the narrative of slavery. And that's what you do with this book, and that's why I love it so much. Yeah.
Right. I think that the children, the black children, in every way have to see her own face at the book. That was a challenger and a battle here, because we don't have many heroes, black heroes, in the books.
Yeah.
For me, it was very important that in this book of Joe, I work with a Mexican illustrator. She knows about Afro-Cuban religion.
That's great that she was able to understand Afro-Cuban religion, and that she was able to depict the characters the way that you want. I know that there's a big push in publishing at the moment to try and get biopic illustrators as well on board.
All people think we don't suffer racism. It's in all the places, in space.
Yeah.
I suffer, and I want to speak about that.
Yes. And in terms of, obviously, we know that publishing has for years has not really embraced own voices and embraced black writers. How was it for you trying to get you know, stories like this published? How difficult did you find it to become a published author in Cuba?
So, exist many books about black culture, Afro-Cuban culture, but in sociology, you know.
Yeah.
Here, you know, but no in fiction, but no in books for children. And I that is difficult, but what I do, I present my books on concourse. I won Casa de las Americas.
Yes.
And it's important. So you It's very interesting because I don't know why the black woman don't write more.
Yeah. We have so many stories.
Yeah, because it's difficult.
Yes.
You know, it's difficult. I'm a mother. For the black woman, all is harder.
Yes.
You know.
Definitely.
And here I come with my children, and I have to do everything. I have to be at the house.
Yes.
And later, and I try to went to the tire and write something.
And that's
for that I always said, when you see a woman who can write and publish, who love her head, the hat, who love her.
That's the thing, because you have to, as a woman, and you know, and as a mother, and sometimes you have to write in stolen moments, you know, moments you have to squeeze these stolen moments that you get into being able to write. You don't have the luxury of just sitting down.
That made me be more explosive in my literature. I have to be more hard, because I have no time. I have to be precise. You know? Because I will write things that I have many books and ideas, because the Black universe, the woman Black universe is almost unexplored. I try to make anthology about the Black woman in her love. Love, you know? I was curious for me that I speak with many outside in Brazil. I traveled a lot to Brazil and in our country, and all the women taught me about the love to the children, the love to the fight, to the politics. But when I say, oh no, the love, you as a woman, there, so I have no time for that kind of love. And for me was terrible,
sad,
and I don't speak about the love between woman and man. It's part of our lives. Fight, resisting, you know. Is that happening?
Yeah, and I totally understand what you're saying, because it's that journey of not just that love between a man and a woman, but that divine love for yourself. And like you said, it's sad because all of the women thought, no, I have love for the kids. Everybody else comes first. And women sometimes forget to pour that love into themselves, you know, that love for self. And you're right. I would love you to do that anthology about where is the love of your exploration of yourself. I would love to read that. Yeah.
For me, it's very important to speak about the Black woman, but my eyes is in the Black girl, because I was Black girl, that anybody look at her, and it was important for any so the family, and I think it's very important. Books, not only mine, all the books, the literature, who speak about that, because it's for representation. I need that the Black children feel representation in the books.
Exactly.
Because yes, I have right to be happy to, and be how a person that look like me happy to. And only papers or character of a criminal. It's usual.
Yes.
In United States, in Cuba, Brazil. For me, it's important to talk about that with the hope that then maybe not me, but my grandson see a different future.
Yes.
I have to do it. I don't stop.
Yeah.
Because it's not just for me. And I told you so much with a friend. He's a black writer in Brazil. I told we give voice to that people that don't have
a voice,
because many history is silent. You know?
Yeah.
And in all my books, the center is the black family.
Yes.
Or black girl, or the black brothers. It's about that.
Yes. So important for that family representation to not be represented as just broken family. And the writing I do, I draw on African culture as well, and the family, because for me it's so important that my children or their children have that representation of who they really are. I don't just want to write about black pain. I want to write about black kings and queens, and and let my children know that that's who they were. Yeah.
Right. So imagine that here, a month ago, we have a program in TV for children with 2 actors with blackface.
What?
Blackface. Yes, blackface. And I protest to the principal of the TV and don't understand why I protest. But I am very happy that I stay here with you.
Yes.
Not just for a thing about our our system, our problems, like black people in this country.
Yes.
It's not for speak about literature, different countries, but we are family.
Yes. Us having this interaction now over your literature, over you having that same desire for the children to know about Yoruba culture, and it's Yoruba, Kemet, Mali, Dogon. We are all family, and it's so important for the children to know their amazingness.
My purpose.
Yes, purpose. Yeah.
My dream, my purpose is that any black children feel alone. How I feel when I was a child. Because I never saw black people at the books, a face.
Yeah, never.
That history that you want to read.
Yes.
That is not. This was my first book.
Oh, wow, yes.
First book. And was a word that the illustrator understand the hair.
Yes.
And the nose and the eyes, because
your experience shows just how important it is to have representation amongst illustrators as well as writers.
This book for me is, I'm happy with it.
Oh yes,
yes, but it's a very stronger history, because it's about that what happened is mixing reality and fiction.
Oh, okay.
It's what happened when the first ship with the people slaving go to America.
Oh, went to the Americas, yeah. Oh wow.
Yes. The name of the book um, mother side mermaid.
Oh, okay, mermaid.
Because for the Yoruba people, the Jam is the queen of the sea.
Yes.
And I speak in this history that she goes, I don't know how it's in English, go behind the ship from the New World.
Oh, and followed them, followed the ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's hard book.
Yeah.
It's, hard.
Hard hitting. It's a
beating. Yes.
Yeah, hard hitting book. Yeah.
I was what happened because they have to know.
Yeah.
Curious for me, the first Cuban writer in Korea.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's good.
Yes, it's topical.
Yeah.
And,
and that story is about a slave. The story is about a slave. That story.
Yes.
Yes.
It's about the principal. Is an old man who lived all his life in slavery. This book received the award of critics here in Cuba. Give to the best 10 books in 2 years.
Yes.
And for me it was wonderful because Casa, Americas Award.
Yes.
Is a way of the open the doors.
International.
Window international.
Yeah.
Because it's an international prize, in my year was almost 500 books
put forward. Yeah.
Yes, I went. For me,
Stop.
Because it's a prize that it gives you money. It's very important. Prize.
Yes, it's very. It's acclaimed. It's a it's an acclaimed prize. Yeah.
You can find a time novel and all dog in English edition.
Yes.
Because it was published in Canada and in the United States.
Yeah, in the United States. So you can get those on Amazon. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like Oluyou.
I like Oluyou because it has the translation, which I really love as well. That's really good that it has it side by side in the book. That's really good. And the oil painting's really lovely, that they did. The illustration's lovely in it as well. But yeah. And what about you? Do you have like your own author website or mainly?
No. I don't have Facebook. I think that for the Black people in the diaspora, it's very important to like your religion in the Mecca. It's important to return in some moment to Africa. My first travel was in South Africa.
Oh yeah.
But I was in Africa.
Yeah.
And connect with many people and history, and for me it was so very important.
Yeah.
In my soul, for me like a black woman.
Yes. It's an African proverb, and it says, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors; we borrow it from our children." So, if we are borrowing the earth from our children now, it's about what are we doing today, like you're doing, to let the children know who they truly are. So when we're gone, they will be able to come back to who they truly are, We have
to know who we are.
Yes.
And where we come from.
Exactly. It's absolutely amazing to talk to you. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The next leg of our journey is taking us to the beautiful Caribbean island of Dominica. If you want to follow us for a wealth of diverse children's titles, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Diaspora Kidslit. It's our young readers who are going to make our future leaders. So let's give them the gifts they need now.